All right. Next up. I do have pasta on the boil, but I feel like that's only meant to be 8 minutes, isn't it? All right, let's do pesto pasta next. Who's made pesto pasta before? I remembered it. So my pesto pasta is super boring and quick. So you put the pasta on for the boil. Extra step on this one, whereas with the fried rice, you just literally tear open this packet and throw it in. I know, so much harder boiling your own pasta. So I got a combination of pastas, and I'll explain why. If you've got a fussy celiac gluten-free friend, this is called pulse pasta, and it's not made with normal wheat, so you could feed that to someone who's gluten-free. The only thing is that it's extraordinarily high in fibre, so you'll know the next day, because your bowels will be very excited. So that's pulse pasta made with peas, lentils, chickpeas. A normal bowl of pasta is about 4 grams of fibre. This is 16 grams of fibre. All right. So very, very high in fibre. Use wisely. And then I got normal. So I'm just going to do a mix. This actually increases the protein content of the pasta. And then just normal pasta because we want it to taste palatable. If you're vegetarian or are too lazy to put meat in, this is a good option. So they're the pastas I'm going to use. And I thought I'd do this one as vegetarian, but you can add meat in. So that's the carb. The protein today, super exciting. I can't say cannellini beans. These beans. I don't want to say cannellini. There we go. And butter beans. Look how big they are. I haven't had butter beans in a while. These, you could use chickpeas, but I like these ones because they're a bit creamier and less dry, you know. So that's our protein, that's our carb, and then you can put whatever veg in it. I'm going to use spinach leaves. As you know, if you cook spinach leaves, this whole bag will melt down to this much spinach. So that's going to be fun to watch. Then I've got some parmesan to put on top for some flavour and niceness. And the pesto. Does anyone here make pesto from scratch? Oh, you're so good. Anyone else? No, good. Lazy like me. So this one's green tomato with basil, cheese and cashew nuts. And this one's red tomato with semi-dried tomatoes, fancy name for cheese, and almonds. It's grana padano, which is fancy cheese. Preferences. Let's talk about green or red pesto.
Green.
You haven't had?
No.
Do you want to try it?
No.
Okay. That was quick.
I don't really like fried tomatoes.
Yeah, that won't work for you then. Yeah. It smells like pesto. You can make your own pesto, but you know, this is all about really quick options, right? Then from our garden, which we've lovingly taken care of. I'll put it on the table. Put about 4 leaves of basil, which we can use to garnish our, and 1 chilli, which is, you know, if you want to add a kick. So that little guy.
They smell like very strong when you picked the leaves.
Yeah,
so like
it smells really nice.
Yeah.
They've got the same cooking time, the pastas. Yeah, that's done. How do you know when pasta's done? What about, has anyone heard the spaghetti one where you throw it on the wall?
My dad told us that when we were younger, and then we all threw spaghetti on the wall.
That seems appropriate.
Yeah.
And is it meant to stick or not stick?
Well,
What's the key?
It's meant to stick, so it didn't stick, so it just kept
what it is would be like 1 because it's going to water, right? This packet's easy. I believe it's like 2 serves. So if that's 2 serves, that gives you an idea of how much to put in for one. Have you tried that? Because you came to the last. I think we did the spaghetti. Yeah, I forced it on you. How do you guys do with measurements, non-measurements at home?
I kind of, like, my housemate and I eat together. I do dinner dates, but I do sometimes go off at 2
I think that we know when measuring is helpful, really helpful, and when it's less helpful. And for right now, it's useful for you to be doing it. But we all know like when measuring can become a little bit crazy. So we've got a pesto pasta in, and then I think it's like you're going to need enough to kind of cover it all. So you can do this in steps, right? You can do, that seems like a lot, but it's a lot of pasta. You could do less, and then see how it covers. The idea with this sort of cooking is we're trying to get away a little bit from measuring. Unless it's like the big cut guide thing. But definitely not weighing because then you're crazy. Okay, I reckon that needs another spoonful and I'll show you what it looks like. Maybe like a good Italian spoonful, which is the Italian grandmother-in-law of mine thinks Mutti is the best, and she's Italian, so
She doesn't make her own.
look, she's a bazillion years old. What did she make for me the other day? Oh, homemade donuts, homemade Sicilian donuts from scratch. She said I ate 10. I was like, I'm not surprised that she's quite good. Okay, so let me show you. See how it's covered? It's all very beige. Some pestos are less beige. And then we're just going to put our spinach, and that's going to like melt down to like nothing. The spinach does. And then we'll want to heat through this. If you're doing chicken, you could like cook some chicken on the side, or you could shred up like a chicken, barbecue chicken, and shove it in. The nice thing is that everything's kind of already done. Now, I didn't measure and do the cup thing for this, but if you're at home, cup of pasta, cup of beans, cup of salad leaves. Okay, so the spinach, look, it's already kind of really gone down. And that's it. So pick your beans, pick your pasta, and pick a veggie. And then add your flavour thing. Storing pesto in the fridge, you want to put some olive oil on top, so you can. It's the same with does anyone keep tomato paste in the fridge? If you put olive oil on top, it stops it going off. Really random thing. Right, I'm just gonna sprinkle our basil on top. Did I lose a lid?
Oh my god, precious.
Can you smell that basil aroma now? From our fresh basil. Would you feel okay? Mm-hmm. So again, like, if you did a shop once a fortnight, you could just get like this, frozen peas, and some beans. And like that stuff doesn't go off in your pantry or your freezer. So it makes it easier on the grocery shop front.
We sometimes have grated zucchini. I think it's really.
Yeah, delish. Okay. Yeah. When I cook, it's like 1 pan. When my husband reheats pasta, it's like 4 pans. Kills me. Okay. So we know that filling up this container is about a cup. So I'm just going to scoop in about that. And then I got some parmesan to top it. Does anyone not like parmesan? Get out. I like parmesan. It's like stinky old shoes. Okay, so 1, 2, 3, 4, 5. And what's it? That costs? That's $2.50. It's about $2.50 as well. And what did we use bag spinach leaf? That was $3. And my beans, $1 each. And that's made 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 dinners or lunches.